What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I'm getting very excited, bro. I don't know if you guys are getting excited, but we're hearing a lot of news of the possibility of Harold Carmichael coming back into Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm really, dude, you guys know what it's about, man. It's about mossing dudes uncontrollably until their eye sockets pop out, and that's what we do here at GmiasWorld. Go ahead and like, share, hype the video, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of different things, not only the possible leak of Harold Carmichael and him coming in and how you can possibly get him for free, but we're going to talk about wide receivers in general, and we're going to talk about the best ones that are available. So if you're looking to understand exactly what you need to do and where your receivers need to be, go ahead, sit back, relax, and tune in. Now, number one, I want to make sure you guys understand about these events, right? The events are the most critical part. We're going to keep talking about it because every time I do a video, people still don't understand, the events versus the house rules, whatever. This is a house rules because you see it in the top, but we call it events now because it's on the events tab. So because of the fact that EA keeps changing things like MUT Champs to MUT, like it's just a bunch of foolishness, bro. We had Weekend League, they changed it to MUT Champs. MUT Champs was its own thing last year that gave us, certain cards after a certain amount of wins. Now you don't get anything. Like everything is just really bad. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I try to simplify it as much as we can. So you have the events tab there. There is no more house rules tab. So we're going to refer to it as events, going forward. So that way everybody understands what's going on. Now, again, I just want to go ahead and let you guys understand. If you made it through this event, you are so solid, dude. Like I'm telling you right now, bro, like this event is pure hell. Okay. It's like a mixture of you being trapped in like Camp Crystal Lake with Jason, and then you go to sleep and then Freddy Krueger's there. Like it's really bad to that point where you can't escape the wrath of whoever decided to put this in the game. It's disgusting. So with all that information that I just gave you, if you choose to press start, you're like me. You're crazy. All right, because we're going to keep playing it because we have no self-respect, but you don't have to do what I do, bro, because I'm doing it so you don't have to do it. But if you decide to do it, just understand that you are in fact crazy as well, because I'm accepting full responsibility. All right, so you can see at the top there that it's 8 days remaining. I'm letting you guys know this because that's more than likely once most of the drops are going to start for the harvest, and we're going to see what they reveal, Deion Sanders, Harold Carmichael, stuff like that. So if you want to go ahead and get this done, let me just show you what's going on with the card. He was still around 1 million coins as of yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and double check because a lot of you guys are like, yo, what's the real reason that people are actually playing that devilish mode? And it's simply because of the fact that you get a card, Bullock, who's also dropped in price now. So he's dropped in price. He's not really that big of a deal. He does come with a 0 AP pick artist, but people are winning the mode, but it's more of how much can you take type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to do to yourself? And, if you can make it through, you make it through, but he's still almost about 1 million. So we're going to keep playing the mode and seeing what's happening with it. I'm going to be changing a few things up to go through it. So definitely make sure you follow me on Twitch at GmiasWorld and enjoy the live streams because that's where you're going to see maximum rage in a little bit. All right, boys? So let's get back to the receivers part, okay? We're going to take a look at the catalog. I'm going to show you guys why, all right? It's important about Harold Carmichael dropping if he does drop. So the events is going to be one way that you're going to get them free. Okay, so I showed you the events. The other way is going to be, by obviously powering him up. For those of you guys that are not aware, they stopped the whole power up method as a whole, but they brought it back in certain things utilizing tokens and, badges and stuff like that. So the most recent upgrade at wide receiver that they added was Dante Thornton. Okay, so through the field pass, this can be another option to get Harold Carmichael. If they do release it in this manner, I will make sure that you know exactly what's going on. Like I said, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, IG. I think Instagram is IG, bro. Like whatever the kids are into, TikTok, GmiasWorld everywhere, X, and I'll keep you up to date with what's going on. But if they decide to make him a free card and, make him more than an eagle and a cowboy because everybody's complaining, we'll go over that as well. Because remember, one of the things that was frustrating is because of all the complaints about how good Dante Thornton was, they actually gave him all 32 team chems, which is an L because the Raiders suck and they deserve whatever they can get. And they have a decent player. They should just let him be a Raider. But because of his speed and his height, EA Sports decided to give him to everyone. And that's pretty much what happened in this situation. All right, so that's what's going on with that. Now, those are the two ways that you're going to possibly be able to get him for free. Now, we're going to go over why he's needed in the game. All right, because of the way, he's 6'8", and the way that this game plays, he would cause maximum rage. So we're gonna go over to type, right? And you guys are gonna tell me, all right? You're gonna keep throwing out names because I know some of you said Barry Sanders. You guys are throwing out some other names and stuff like that. But some of the names that you guys threw out in the previous video about Deion Sanders, those cards were already released. I'm talking about cards that have yet to be released by EA Sports that could possibly be coming in the harvest. We're gonna do the same thing for Zero Chill as we go through it, but I want to know your ideas and what you're thinking. Now, when you look at the wide receivers and you're looking for the height, right? Let's just go over some of the newer drop players. So this guy is 5'8", which is a no-no. Okay, this guy right here, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. EA has a lot of and again, the Patriots are playing well. He's making a lot of plays for Drake May, but they have some nerve dropping this guy, dude. Like, they got a lot of nerve, bro. Like, that guy right there, he's garbage, bro. But like, even like the King's Hand, Jamar Chase, these guys are like 6'1". Like, they're not really big dudes, right? Oh, he's only bro, he's 6 foot. I thought he was 6'1". So let me see how. I know this guy, isn't he like 6'2", 6'3"? Abuka? Oh, he's 6'1". Did EA take inches off these guys? Like, wait a minute. I thought, weren't these guys taller at some point? Because you know EA, they love taking inches away, dude. Like, they be like, yo, let me hold that real quick. So this guy is 6'2". You know, this is what's weird about the game. You know, the height factor of Harold Carmichael will really change the landscape overall of Madden 26. So I'm thinking that it's a possibility that that leak may be true, that Harold Carmichael will be coming out, because of the fact of, Harvest is going to be a very, very brief promo once it's dropped. This guy right here turned out to be a joke when he dropped. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the 6'5" dudes, they're not really good. And you don't want to have to utilize a tight end that's slower. You want a wide receiver, especially with the fact that you want to audible from set to set. Like, if you run trips tight end and you want to go to wide trips, if you start putting tight ends because of their height and having additional tight ends, you're going to go to more under center, single back type of things, and it changes everything up. Unless you want to run, shotgun wing slot, like things like that. I don't know, but I like to have the 3 wide receiver sets out there. So, Drake London, he was at one point 6'5" in Madden, and then he became 6'4". So there's a lot going on. I don't know why it's going on, but I got to give EA a lot of credit. They just don't care about what's going on. So it's actually a beautiful thing. Another thing that's really interesting, guys. Plaxico Burress is trash as well. Most of the 6'5" players are actually, really, really bad. And it's kind of disgusting. So I think that we can make a comeback with Harold Carmichael, because I think a lot of the, the dudes that are not good at Madden, they're going to be able to throw it up a little bit easier with Harold Carmichael. And EA could continue to create more madness by letting everybody get him, by, making him a free card. Because that's what they've been doing. They've been giving everyone access to the top OP cards, Dante Thornton, a lot of stuff like that. So, with Calvin Johnson, Plaxico Burress, you got Mike Evans, very, very few tall receivers, right? Brandon Marshall, these guys are not really up there. In fact, Randy Moss, being 6'4", has been the only consistent 6'4" player in Madden for over the years that he's been in the game. They've never changed his height. Well, Mike Evans also at 6'5", but they've been varying and changing people's heights. He's actually one of the better cards in the game, although everybody was able to get him very easily, whether you went through the events or you got him inside the candy store. So this is what we're looking towards, right? We can get a 6'8" big body receiver and we could dominate. That's what I'm looking forward to. You guys let me know what you're looking forward to and what other cards you're expecting in the harvest. And I'll throw a video out for you guys and talk about that position and why it would be useful for our MUT community, which is, right now, we're struggling at the wide receiver position. So if EA, you're listening, please, Harold Carmichael, get it done. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay well, stay blessed. Until next time, one love, y'all.